Let me guess. You make decent money. Not rich, not broke, just decent. Your bills are paid, you can afford takeout on weekends, maybe you even went on vacation last year. But somehow, your bank account never really grows. You look at your paycheck and think, where did it all go? And every year, your income goes up a little, but your stress doesn't go down. If that sounds like you, this video might be uncomfortable, because it's not your salary keeping you stuck, it's your habits. My name is Thomas, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart, hardworking people stay stuck in the middle class. If you're someone who feels like you're doing everything right, but still not getting ahead financially, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. Most middle-class families don't have an income problem. They have a behavior problem. And today we're breaking down the 5 money habits that quietly trap people in the middle class forever. Some of these are going to sting. Good. Habit number 1, upgrading your lifestyle every time you get a raise. Let's start with the obvious one. You get a raise, you celebrate, you upgrade. New car, bigger apartment, better phone, more subscriptions, nicer clothes. It feels earned. It feels responsible. It feels like progress. But here's what most people don't realize. Lifestyle inflation is mathematically designed to keep you stuck. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household spends over 95% of their income annually. That means most people are operating on razor-thin margins even when they earn more. Let me show you how this works. Let's say you make $60,000 per year. After taxes, maybe you take home $45,000. You spend $43,000. You save $2,000. Now you get a $5,000 raise. Instead of saving it, you upgrade your lifestyle and now spend $47,000. Guess what? Your net worth growth barely changes. You feel richer, but mathematically, you're not building wealth any faster. Now, you might be thinking, Thomas, what's the point of earning more if I can't enjoy it? Fair. I'm not saying don't upgrade your life. I'm saying upgrade it intentionally. A simple rule. Save at least 50% of every raise before you upgrade anything. That one habit alone can double your long-term wealth trajectory. Because wealth isn't built from income. It's built from the gap between income and spending. Habit number 2. Financing everything because the payment is affordable. This one frustrates me because it's so normalized. Car payment, phone payment, furniture payment, buy now, pay later, 0% interest, only $399 per month. Look, monthly payments are the most powerful psychological trick in modern finance. They shrink massive purchases into tiny feeling commitments. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't experience wealth erosion as one big event. You experience it as 17 small payments. Let's run some simple math. You buy a $40,000 car at 6% interest for 6 years. Your payment, around $665 per month. Over 6 years, you pay about $47,880. That's nearly $8,000 in interest. Now here's where it gets really interesting. If instead you bought a reliable $15,000 car and invested the $665 difference at an 8% average return, after 6 years, you'd have $60,000 invested. Not only would you avoid interest, you'd have an asset growing. And this isn't about cars. It's about opportunity cost. Every payment you commit to is future income you can't invest, and investing time matters more than amount. According to Fidelity, individuals who start investing in their 20s can accumulate nearly twice as much for retirement compared to those who start in their 30s, even if they invest the same total amount. Time is the multiplier. Debt steals time. Now, I'm not anti-debt across the board, but if your lifestyle is built on payments, you're financially fragile. Habit number 3, treating investing like gambling. This is where psychology really kicks in. Most middle-class investors don't lose money because they don't invest. They lose money because they invest emotionally. They buy what's trending. They sell when markets fall. They panic during recessions. According to Dalbar's annual investor behavior study, the average equity investor underperforms the market by several percentage points annually due to poor timing decisions. Over 30 years, that difference can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's what most people don't realize. Investing in success is boring. It's automated. It's consistent. It ignores headlines. Let's say you invest $500 per month at 8% annual return for 30 years. That's about $680,000. Miss just the 10 best days in the market over that period, your return could drop significantly. Markets reward patience, but humans crave action. We feel productive when we do something, but in investing, doing less often wins. Now, you might be thinking, but Thomas, what if there's a crash? There will be. There always is. Since 1950, the S&P 500 has experienced multiple bear markets, yet the long-term trend remains upward. Volatility is normal. Panic is optional. The middle class often mistakes activity for strategy. Wealthy investors build systems, automate contributions, diversify, stay invested. Boring wins. Habit number 4, prioritizing appearances over ownership. This one's uncomfortable because no one wants to admit it, but the middle-class culture quietly pressures people to look successful instead of becoming successful. Nicer car than your neighbor, designer items, expensive weddings on credit, luxury vacations on credit. Social media amplifies this. We compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Here's the problem. Assets generate income. Liabilities generate applause. Applause doesn't compound. Assets do. According to Federal Reserve data, the top wealth percentile holds the majority of assets like stocks and business equity, not luxury cars or expensive consumer goods. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine two people. Person A buys a $3,000 designer bag. Person B invests $3,000 at 8% for 30 years. That $3,000 becomes about $30,000. One gets compliments, the other gets compounding. Middle-class earners often make enough to build wealth, but consumption crowns out ownership, and ownership is the engine. Stocks, businesses, real estate, intellectual property. If most of your income goes towards things that depreciate, you'll always need to work. If more of your income goes towards assets that appreciate, your money starts working, and that's the shift. Habit number 5. Believing income alone will fix everything. Look, increasing income is powerful, but it only works if your behavior changes with it. The Federal Reserve reports that a significant percentage of Americans, even those earning 6 figures, still live paycheck to paycheck. That's not an income issue. That's a structural spending issue. Here's what most people don't realize. Financial freedom is more about habits than salary. If you can't manage $50,000 wisely, $100,000 won't magically fix it. It'll just scale the same behavior. More dining out, bigger house, higher taxes, more stress. Now, I'm not saying don't pursue higher income. Absolutely do. But pair income growth with automatic investing, clear spending caps, defined financial goals, emergency fund buffers, and no lifestyle upgrades without asset upgrades. For example, every time your income increases, increase your investment percentage. If you invest 10% now, move to 15% next raise. Build systems that force wealth building before lifestyle building, because discipline beats motivation. Look, you don't need to be rich tomorrow. You need to stop leaking wealth today, because small habits repeated for decades determine your financial future. The middle class isn't a trap, but middle-class habits can be. Here's the good news. Every single habit we talked about is changeable. Not easy, but changeable. And if this video made you rethink even one financial behavior, that's a start. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below which habit you're going to fix first, because awareness is step 1, action is step 2, and compounding, that's step 3. I'll see you in the next one.